Dear friends, Namaste. Today is November 18th. It's a serious undertaking to try to discover what is true, why we are here, and where we are going. In Sanskrit, there is a beautiful word called Jagat. Jagat means that which changes. Everything changes in the universe. Stars, planets, seasons, everything. Body, mind, everything changes. When consciousness identifies with non-self, it wants certainty. Certainty in this world of change. Is it possible? But it wants certainty. Then ego process starts. Once there is identity of consciousness with limitation, there is a craving for security, both at physical and at psychological level. So, ego craves for security through identity, belief, dogma, nationalism, race, caste, prejudice, property. All this is out of fear. But is there security in this ever-changing life? That we must scrutinize. Ego process continuously forces and limits the thought feeling. And this attitude creates a barrier in its action. So any action born out of ego is limited and so incomplete, so results in conflict. Our daily action is creating further and deeper limitations. And these accumulated limitations further the ignorance. They feed the ignorance. So the ignorance is self-sustaining. Ego process has desires. It sustains the ignorance through desires. So we must realize that ignorance is the result of self-created, self-sustained activities. When you deeply comprehend this, life is no longer a series of conflict, contradiction, struggles, attachments, frustrations. The limiting process itself is falsehood. The I is not different from the process. The process is the I. Because we have imposed limitations on our own consciousness, we have to dissolve them on our own. No savior, no worship will help us. In comprehending the activity of ego, slowly there is weaning away from the ego activity, and the ego activity slowly dies. When it completely dies, it is called nirvana. Buddha calls it as nirvana, cessation of self-centered activity, once and forever. Then thought feeling is released, and the action born out of it is complete. Limitations become extinct. There comes a completeness and unfathomable bliss. When thought feeling is released and action is done in such a context, action is a liberating process. The self-imposed disciplines and authorities lead to further ignorance and sorrow. It's a waste of time. If you understand this, you will not make a life of terrible struggle, exploitation, and cruelty.